Hi everybody, welcome to Kate Space. I'm Kate from Pixie Designs, and today we are going to continue with our ephemera holder that we started. So hopefully this will be the last video in the series and we'll get it finished. So we've got our cover that we've made from an old book. We reinforced the spine, we did some end pages, and so that was ready to go. Then we chose I chose some scrapbook paper that I already had because I was in the spirit of using what I already had. So it might not be what I would normally choose, but anyway, we sized it and I've just done 1 page per signature, but we did talk about the fact that you could probably get away with 2 if you wanted to, but I decided I just wanted to keep it simple and just do 1. So that's what I've done. So today we need to put these into the cover. Oh, that's right. And then I used this plastic is scrapbooking, scrapbook sort of plastic inserts that you put your scrapbook pages into in the albums, and I've cut those to size, and then I've used my sewing machine to sew them on with a little bit. I mean, this is the trickiest bit because the plastic slips, it's see-through, and it's hard to get it absolutely perfect. But to me, the most important thing was that I caught all the plastic, which I think I have. So that's done, and now, yeah, measuring here and putting the pages in. So what I've done is I've used a scrap piece of one of the offcuts of the scrapbooking paper, and I've made a template to go in the center of here. And I've used this ruler. I have to say this is probably a godsend for me, this Tim Holtz sort of, I don't even know what it is, ruler, for finding the center and spacing out, because my maths isn't so great. So basically you just find the center and then just space your signatures evenly. Now I've done mine 1/4 inch apart for this. They need a bit of space because they're going to be stacked with stuff, and then basically we need to decide what kind of binding we're going to do. I think a 3-hole pamphlet stitch is going to be more than adequate. So again, I'm going to find the center, which I think is about there, and actually, to be honest, I'm just going to fold it. That would be easier in this case. So I'm going to fold it that way, and I actually saw someone do this on Instagram or something the other day, and then fold this bit in that way to the center and fold the top bit in this way to the center, and there you have your evenly spaced lines, and that's where those lines intersect is going to be where your holes go. So I'm just going to draw a pencil line there just for my own benefit. So that's where my holes are going to go. I am going to try and make this as straight as possible. So I would like to try and get this in the middle. So I will be using these paper clips sort of to hold my template. I feel like something's a little bit wrong here and here with my spine. So I'm almost wondering whether I should do it from the back to get it central, because you can see a bit better where the edges are. But for some reason, yeah, it looks a bit wonky on the inside. So I'm actually going to try it this way. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. But anyway, I am going to just pin those there just for a little bit more, I think that'll work. And then I need to punch the holes with my awl. If you've got a big old book, that's much better for punching on. I don't really have anything, but I can grab a bunch of papers, some old papers here that I could use to punch into. some people use a mouse pad, and I think that would be a great idea. Okay, so my holes are going where these lines intersect, so I'm just going to go for it. And the other thing I'm going to do is write top here, because when I do my template for my pages, I want to get the top the same. I hope everybody's well. A lot of you are looking down the barrel of summer coming, and we're sort of getting cozied up for our winter. We're having some beautiful sunny, clear mornings. So I'm really enjoying that. Okay, I hope I got right through. Let's have a look on the other side. You can always just get your pokey tool or your awl and just sort of make sure you've got right through. It actually is nicer doing it from this side, actually, because when you do it from the other side, you get all the paper and other stuff pushing through, so you get the lumpy bits on this side. So this is actually probably a better way to do it, in actual fact. So there's my holes ready to go. See how that's pushed it forward? It's better to have that on the inside, actually, isn't it? Okay, so there's that. I'm going to get my template here and make another one. Make it the same length as my pages. And it's just for punching holes and getting them the same, hopefully, as the ones we've got in the spine, so that the pages all sit. And then I'm going to, line this up with this. I'm going to mark my center and my top hole and my bottom hole, and then I'm going to punch the holes in my pages. I'm going to then stick my template into my pages, so it's just basically the same as if you were making a journal. It is quite slippery in there, so you're going to have to hold them hold that template quite firmly. I'm going to fold it the other way so I can see my markings. But yeah, it's sliding on the plastic quite a lot, but hopefully I'll be able to keep it still. So I've folded my page, I'm poking my tool, and I'm coming through the spine. I'm going down to the next one and coming through there, and the next one. So I've gone through those and it's made holes in my papers. And then I'm going to do my next one, make sure I've got that up the right way, top. And so I'm going to do all the same. We're ready to stitch them in, so I've got some wax and I've got some thread, but now I'm thinking about it, I don't actually want this pale thread on the back of my book. I think I'm going to go with something dark. So I've got this dark waxed linen thread, I think it's linen, so I'm going to go with that. I've got a needle. I use, oh, where are my needles? They're all, this one here. It's a tapestry needle, it's blunt. I don't like using, mind you, for this one it doesn't really matter if you use a sharp needle because you're only going through one page. But normally I would use not a sharp needle because I don't want to pierce, if I'm having trouble at any point, I don't want to pierce another hole in one of my pages if I've got multiple pages per signature. Right, so thread my needle. Let's start from the front. I'm going to have this one at the front, and I'm going to go from the inside to the outside. So start in the center on my first hole. And then back up to the top. It doesn't really matter, you can go to the top or you can go to the bottom. And then you skip the middle, go down to the bottom hole, wherever that is, here, and then through the bottom hole in the spine. And then back through this middle hole. Now what you need to be careful that you don't do is catch your thread. And that's the other reason a blunt needle is good, because you're less likely to split your thread when you come through. So just check that that thread is pulling. Yeah. Otherwise you won't be able to tighten your strings when you tie them. So again, when you come through here, you've got to make sure you don't go through your thread with your needle. Pull this through. Just check that one, yep, they both move. So now we've come up either side of the center string and we knot it, so I'm just going to pull it tight. And tie a knot. And there's our first page in there. Okay, next one. I actually feel a bit jittery today because I don't know if I told you guys, but I went to the doctor back in January about my sore knee, and it wasn't our normal doctor. They've gone away. I think I may have told the story. Anyway, I had a pretty unsatisfactory visit with the locum, and found her very rude, sort of dismissive, and she lacked empathy and didn't really have any solutions for my problem. And yeah, I left feeling pretty upset and disappointed. Anyway, I told David, and he said I should write to the practice manager, and I thought, yeah, I will do that, and I still haven't. I don't know, for some reason this morning I needed a prescription and I was emailing the practice anyway, and I thought, actually, I really need to do this, even though it's a hard thing to do. I need to do it. So, I mean, as a health professional, it's not a letter that I would like to write or receive. But then again, it kind of needs to be done, I guess. And I guess my question was, what if I need to go to the doctor again, who would I see? Because I would not want to see her. But now I feel like now I've written it, I feel a bit, I don't know. I feel a bit anxious and jittery about it, but anyway, it's done. Right, now see how I've split the thread there? That's not good, so I'll just pull that over. Yeah, so anyway, it's not great, but it is what it is. It just means that everything that I've been trying to get some treatment for this knee so that I can get back out walking. And it's just, everything's taken so long because I don't have a GP to do the referrals and things like that. So yeah, I thought I should just let the practice manager know anyway. And then you think, oh, is that gonna come and bite me, writing something like that? Okay, it doesn't look super straight there for some reason, but that's what I was worried about, because I felt like the inside spine here looked a bit misshapen, maybe because of the way I had done the strengthening. So, but again, I don't mind for this particular project because it's for me, and also because it's just for holding things, and as long as it does its job, I think that's okay. All right, let's just get these in. I'll just I'll skip the rest of this and I'll see you when they're all sewn in. Right, so they're all sewn in. They don't look too bad on the outside, actually. I feel like they're pretty straight. On the inside, maybe a little less straight, I'm not sure. In the interest of authenticity and full disclosure, this one here, I've obviously sewn a little bit too close to the edge of the plastic, and it's pulled away. So I'm going to have to see if I can maybe glue that somehow, or even shorten the plastic. I don't know if it's like that all the way down, that close to the edge. Maybe it is, or is it just at the top? And that's the thing when you're sewing them, it's just so hard to see. So yeah, I mean, other than going through and giving them all a pull or a tug, which I didn't really want to do because I don't want them all to come unstitched. But yeah, that is just a thing when you're sewing, that maybe I should have come in a little bit further here. So it's all good learning, and like I said, these papers are quite clashy and not fantastic, but they're suitable for what I want. So yeah, this is basically all done. I thought I might stick some little corners on here. So let's do that. Do it the right way around. Right, I'm going to pop some glue in this, and that just helps it just stay where we want it to stay. Some art glitter glue. And put it in like that, and then we need to squish it down. I'm just going to use my hands initially. They're quite soft. I do use these pliers, but when you do that, it can leave dents in the metal. See? Yeah. So it does dent it a little bit, but that's okay. You want them to be nice and squished onto those, onto the boards, so they don't come off. And protect those corners, so we just get a bit more longevity out of this ephemera holder. There we go, some more glue. So I hope that this has been somewhat helpful for someone. There's a few what not to do's in this video, which is I always find helpful. Like I said at the beginning of the series, I do find these things quite hard and time consuming to make. And then I guess if you're also using things like old books, they also provide their own issues. I mean, they look nice and it's great. I love using what I've got. I think maybe next time I might actually print out some papers and use those. But that would have just taken more time, and I wanted this to be kind of a quickish sort of project. I didn't want it to be something that was going to take me a long time to make. I wanted it to be made and be usable within a short amount of time. And so I feel like I've achieved that, because yeah, I've got this done. Pretty happy about that. Right, last one. Again, any questions or queries, just put them down below in the comment box. Happy to answer any questions you might have if I know the answers to the questions. now I can start filling it up with my fussy cuts, which hopefully will be a little bit more protected and on hand when I need them for decorating journaling cards and things. And so hopefully in future videos you will see this little ephemera holder, well, not little, but this ephemera holder being used. Shall we try putting some fussy cuts in and see how well it works? We already know that this one is a little bit loose, but see, I've got some very little delicate ones. I mean, that's cut out of a Flower Fairy book. It's super delicate. And then there's these ones. I mean, I can put them sideways. But what I would like to be able to do is, if I've got multiples like I have of some of these, I think I would like to stack them. So this one's a bit, oh yeah, I've got 2 of these, see, and I'd like to probably stack them. Some of them are fully cut out, so I almost would like that to go in a taller pocket because it's got these stalks. So I wonder if I've got something that's a bit taller. Maybe there. Here's my big pockets. See, that one's too big. But anyway, I'll work it out. Yeah, I think that definitely needs a deeper pocket. It could, but it sticks out the top there. So yeah, I'm not sure about those. And then I've got this little rose which is starting to get damaged. So this will be much safer in here. This little thing, I don't know where this one came from. So yeah, look, I've got lots of little random fussy cuts and things. Then I've got some really big ones. See, that's not fully cut out. So let's just see if I've made any of my pockets big enough for something like that. Yeah, probably. And actually, that doesn't look as bad as what I thought it did in front of here. Now, this one's massive, and I don't think that I'll be putting that in. Some of these are from Rachel at Roxy Creations. So, see, here's some deeper pockets, which these might work in. Well, that sticks out the top, so I don't want that. There we go, so that could go here. So yeah, some of the taller ones will work in these spots. And as long as they're not poking out the top of the book, they'll be protected. So I'll be happy about that. So another one of those small roses. And I know they're all from the same digital, so I'll put them sort of together. So that's the only one I'm not sure about because of the size, but I might actually do it like that on that side. So there we go. I'll have fun filling that up with my fussy cuts. I've got some from books as well, not all just from digital, so they'll need a place to go. And then I've also got, say, something like this, which is a stamp on a book page, which I've then fussy cut out, and they get damaged. So that'll be great in there. It's going to be really safe in there, so I'm stoked with that. That's perfect. And I think this is another one of these. So I have got a few of those. I haven't used them, so I'm wondering whether I haven't found places for that particular fussy cut. So yeah, and then I've got little things like this, which aren't flowers. I guess, I don't know what I'll use those for. And these are cardstock, these ones here. They're from scrapbooking paper that I have. That might get used one day. Right, so yeah, we just need to fill the book up. So we've still got a few threads that need sort of trimming, but most of the pockets I think will stand up to the test of being used, hopefully. And yeah, I'm really happy with this. I may actually make some pockets to go on the front, maybe for something really big, I don't know, and the back, just to use up all my space. But I'm really happy with that. So now I have 2 ephemera holders. Well, I've got 2 that I've made, so I can sort of start thinking about whether I want to change around what I've got. So, and then I've got the little weenie one that Jo, my sister, made me, and I've got this big beautiful one that she made me. It's got this gorgeous tassel on it, and yeah, this one's very beautifully made. So yeah, now I can start sorting some more of my ephemera out maybe, but I could do with maybe a few more, but we'll see about that, because I don't think I'll be making another one in a hurry. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. If you've found this video series helpful, I'd really appreciate if you subscribed or gave the video a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated, and I really appreciate your support. So yeah, thanks so much, and I'll see you again soon in the next video. Bye.